It's 22 years since Blackburn Rovers were last in the First Division. They'll return as Division 2 champions if they win their remaining 4 matches. Rovers' run-in amidst a thrilling end to the Second Division season starts tonight at Ewood Park. Blackburn against Swindon Town is our Barclays League special. But there's a real sting in the tail end of Blackburn's programme, with away games at Crystal Palace and current leaders Millwall to come, as well as Swindon's visit tonight. Swindon, a team good enough to win 6 cup matches against First Division opposition this season. Recently, Blackburn's nerves have been showing. Only Colin Hendry's injury time equaliser rescuing them from defeat against Leicester City here last month. Make no mistake, it's a big night for Blackburn and their manager, Don Mackay.
Yeah, we're just trying to take one game at a time. I mean, how often have you heard that being said in football? But we're trying to do that. This game tonight is very, very important to the club, to everything in the North West, really. To get another First Division side would be fantastic. But I think Swindon will have something to say about that. I would be quite sure about that.
Lou, you could have been involved in the promotion race really at this stage, but do you feel an extra involvement because you can influence now what's going to happen at the top?
Oh, I think that's a pleasing thing from our point of view, that we've got the fate of other people in our hands, really. And we're at Blackburn tonight. We've got Aston Villa still to play. Funny enough, we've got Bournemouth to play as well, and they need a win. So from now to the end of the season, there are going to be no slack moments for us, but we would have preferred the reverse of that. We'd have preferred to be in the driving seat, but that's just slipped away from us in the last month or so.
Does it help that you've just beaten them away from home?
No, it might go the other way, because they'll be even more determined to get a result tonight, because we beat them on their own patch, so they'll be wanting to try to show that they're better than what Blackburn Rovers are. But that makes for a better game. Hopefully a big crowd tonight will definitely add a little bit more spice to the game.
Well, again, I'd prefer to be Blackburn up there at the top, and I know if we were in that position, we'd win tonight, but we're not.
How do you see the situation at the top?
Well, I'm delighted to be in the position we're in, but it's very tight and there's a lot of permutations. But 3 games to go. If we win all 3, we're up.
But if Blackburn win all 4, they're champions, and of course they will beat you if they do that, because they play you on May the 7th.
Not if we win all 3.
What do you think of Blackburn Rovers?
Good side. Give us a good game up here. And I'm looking forward to that last match. I've been saying for a couple of months now that it could go all the way to the last match of the season. And if it does and we both go up, well and good.
Well, this is the Blackburn side with injuries to Ali Dawson and Chris Sully restricting Don Mackay's options in defence. In midfield, Scott Sellers dropped out of the England under-21 squad to put club before country, but Simon Barker is missing on the casualty list. In Archibald and Garner, 2 tried and trusted attackers. Steve Archibald scored 2 match-winning goals in Blackburn's last match, which by a freak of the fixtures was at Swindon. Ozzy Ardiles, on loan from Tottenham, played in that game, but this is the first sight that Blackburn fans have had of him at Ewood Park. Swindon have Fraser Digby in goal. Colin Calderwood returns into a 3-man central defence alongside Tim Parkin, a former Blackburn player. The midfield with Swindon looking to match Rovers in that department, but without Chris Kamara suspended for the rest of the season. Up front, Dave Bamber and Steve White. And that in itself is a story, because Swindon were told to release Jimmy Quinn to join up with the Northern Ireland squad. So Lou Macari not able to call on Quinn, who scored 30 goals this season. Quinn unable to face his old club tonight, and that could upset Blackburn's promotion rivals. The referee is Trevor Simpson from Halifax. The pitch is flat and dry, and it's a very pleasant evening in the northwest. Swindon Town, who certainly give value for effort this season, in the middle of the table now. They attack the goal to the right in the first half. Phil King taking the throw for Swindon. Well, how will Blackburn's nerves settle in the early phase here with Dave Bamber, a threat in the air and well known in these parts from his days with Blackpool. Well, there's a big crowd inside the ground, and they're gathering on the hill as well. Glanced on to Ardiles. Ian Miller, Price sprinting ahead of him. And this is Sellers. There's a nice feel to Blackburn's early play, with great variety in terms of players arriving really at the sharp end of the attack. This time it was Sellers, but all the while it's Ardiles doing the probing. And Digby did well to keep that out by the near post. Dave Hockaday, former Blackpool man, who in fact was signed by Swindon as a forward and has turned into an effective right back. Behind him, John Gittins had to come across, and no hard feelings with Archibald in the heat of the battle. Ardiles already, with the brain ticking, had taken the free kick. Ian Miller, this is good stuff from Blackburn at the moment, and it would not be inappropriate if they crowned this spell with a goal. Garner couldn't provide it then. Archibald, Gittins ducked for some reason. Whether Archibald conned him with a call, he's crafty enough to have done that. Archibald again. Put out by Calderwood. Archibald, Ian Miller cutting in and wanting, now that was a good ball that wasn't anticipated by his teammates. He played it into just the right area, and Blackburn weren't alive to the possibilities provided by the former Swindon player, Ian Miller. Archibald. Gittins is out of the middle, but Blackburn do have three recognised centre-backs, remember, in this formation put out by Lou Macari. Ardiles, no flag, and rightly so. John Miller. Oh, and it's sat up, and Garner looks down at the pitch. Well, Swindon lost at Stoke on Saturday, 1-0, and Don Mackay was there scouting on behalf of Blackburn, and he was well aware that Swindon could and really should have won the game quite comfortably. Well, Blackburn Rovers really trying to defy the way the game has progressed in the Northwest. So many football fans now with a very good motorway system head for Manchester and Liverpool to watch their football. Some of the traditional towns and the town clubs have suffered because of that. But Blackburn swimming against the tide successfully this season. Price. Sellers for Miller. Well, that should be Kings, but might get the header right. I don't think Hockaday expected the ball to be coming back to him in that position. Ardiles. Archibald lets him go. Garner. Oh, it's another clever piece of work. He's a real thief of goals, and he nearly stole one from Swindon here. It's the right sort of ball into both Archibald and Garner. Ardiles serving it into feet. They're getting closer, are Blackburn Rovers. Foley. Foley. Again, in from King. And that was Parkin who won it. Needs a touchback for Bamba, and Parkin, as Geno couldn't hold the shot. Barnes. Bamba still right in there. This time it's more comfortable for Terry Geno. Those were moments of discomfort for Blackburn Rovers. McLaughlin, there was a real pass on for Bamba then. Handball by Gittins, spotted by the linesman as well as the referee. Well, having just survived the scare at their own end, it'll be a wonderful time psychologically for Blackburn to grab a goal. And Archibald, and then Ian Miller stopped in their tracks. Price. We're moving now into stoppage time. Well, there could be no complaint from the other promotion clubs about Swindon's application here. Not that Lou Macari would stand for that. But after a bright beginning, Blackburn Rovers are now very much involved in a scrap here in their quest for a victory, which would mean so much to the club. No goals in the first 45 minutes. Simon Garner has come close a couple of times, but Swindon might have snatched a lead right on half-time through Dave Bamba. But at Ewood Park, as the players make their way into the dressing room for the break, we'll take a break with the scoreline Blackburn Rovers 0, Swindon Town 0. Welcome back to Ewood Park after a first half in which Swindon Town have certainly given Blackburn Rovers plenty to think about. Notably, the offside ploy has frustrated Steve Archibald and company. Swindon fighting in the face of history here. They've never won a league game here. They've never scored a league goal here. But Steve White with an early chase, and Geno with his mind on the pitch and not left in the dressing room, which sometimes happens even to professionals at the start of a second half. Back from Phil King. 20 years old, signed from Torquay, admitted that he had to work harder at his game, and he's doing just that. No handball by Hockaday. It's just a miss kick rather than any intentional use of the arm. Garner, that could be a foul, and is. A hand off by Tim Parkin. Garner ready to react to a quick free kick, but in fact Blackburn didn't take it that quickly. Ian Miller wins the corner. Archibald's station is right in by the line. This is Reed. Hendry. Stayed in there again, Colin Hendry. Ardiles. With a run and a shot himself, and that would have brought the house down. If Blackburn do go up, they will hope to keep Ozzy Ardiles here as a contracted player next season rather than the on-loan deal that they have now. Bamber, McLaughlin. Garner. Well, it was a very ambitious pass that almost came off. Hockaday met it, but couldn't stop Blackburn surging on with John Miller. But he's done it this time, or has he? Ardiles got it back. Sellers. Oh, Parkin's been a strong man in there for Swindon. Price going himself. Archibald behind him. Does he want help? He does. It's Ian Miller. Well, it didn't produce a strike on goal in the end. Price did very cleverly, and then after he was beaten by the run of the ball, really, Archibald swayed and twisted. But between them, they couldn't come up with a goal, which is looking more and more desperate for Blackburn. Blackburn warming up. Alan Ainscough. Foley, hooked on by Hockaday. And White thought the free kick was his, but Hendry had seen which way the referee was pointing. A whole season's work could hinge on what happens in the remaining minutes here for Blackburn Rovers. Sellers. Here's Ardiles. Oh! He got surprising power, surprising for those watching, but not to the surprise of Fraser Digby. Through a crowd as well. Tremendous save. Garner. Parkin got the ball and not the man. But it's the Blackburn roar now. Hendry really camped now in the Swindon area. Digby, has he lost it? It looked for a second as though he might. No complaints from him. Waved the referee away. Wants to get on with the game. That's a good attitude. He was almost being strangled there and then was cut in two. Alan Ainscough first faced Swindon Town on his league debut. That was for Blackpool 17 years ago this year. And now he comes on at an important time for Blackburn Rovers in place of Ian Miller. Barnes. Bamber just trying to knock it in there for White. Foley, Barnes. Blackburn must remember their discipline at the back. Hockaday. Barnes certainly capable of operating on the right as well as the left. Parkin. White. Oh, well, that was very close. Steve White hasn't been a regular this season, but 14 goals he's contributed with that type of opportunism. Archibald. Foley. John Miller. Have they caught them square this time? Well, Hockaday was harassed all the way. He felt he was pushed. Some of his teammates felt that Sellers was offside in any case. But the decision is a corner. There's been so much drama here in recent home games. Against Leicester, Blackburn were 2 down and came back to draw 3-3. Against Shrewsbury, they were 2 up and lost that lead. Hendry, and is it from Price? No. Ainscough. Ainscough again, Price again. Anywhere will do for Bamba. Garner won it. Sellers. Bamba having to do all the defending himself at the moment. And that's a goal kick. But that was the closest that Blackburn have come. Chris Price and a combination of goalkeeper and defender kept Swindon alive and frustrated Blackburn immensely. Ainscough. Sellers away to the left. Good ball. Garner. Ainscough. Price and Ardiles for Price again. This is a real chance. Oh! What will that mean at the end of the season? Chris Price knows the significance of the nearest of misses. It was splendid attacking play by Blackburn. And that's how close it was. The move had switched from right to left and back again to get Price in. And Gittins and Archibald were the central figures in that. Archibald's got away. And it's a question here of what Trevor Simpson, the referee, is going to do. The Swindon players are most concerned about the punishment for John Gittins. Foley lending moral support. No sign of the card. There are 6 minutes remaining. Price, it hit Hockaday. Garner throws himself at it. Foley, bravely done for Swindon. And here's Barnes. Sellers trying to get back with him. A real sense of drama about the fixture now. Price. Pass Calderwood, no. Well, the substitution has pepped up Blackburn because it's allowed Chris Price to play as an attacker. Ardiles just waiting for Hendry's positioning because it's sure to be aimed for him. It's over him and it's over the bar from Scotty Sellers. It's been sweat and maybe in the end tears for Blackburn. Only the time added on for stoppages remains now. Price. Ardiles trying to make this one last attack a controlled one. John Miller. Garner. Oh no for Blackburn. Colin Hendry. He could have hardly struck the volley better. Set up by Garner. And Digby was across. It's a corner, so he must have saved it. And he looks a fine young goalkeeper, Fraser Digby. He's in there again. But that's of no consolation to Blackburn Rovers. They'd done more than enough in the second half to have won the game. But all they have from it, and a most wholehearted performance, is a draw. And I suppose that goes down, for all the near misses, as faltering again with the finish to a long season in sight. Chris Price rocked the Swindon bar in the second half. But Swindon's resilience has restricted Don Mackay's team to that single point. And off they go to Crystal Palace on Saturday for another crucial fixture, and they'll still be wondering then about what got away from them tonight. The final score at Ewood Park, it's Blackburn Rovers 0, Swindon Town 0. Don, I've just poked my head round the dressing room door to get you out for this interview, and it would be fair to say that you were slumped in the corner.
Nah, I'm always the same. We don't win games. I'm disappointed television are here, and it's the first time I've not seen more than 6 goals getting scored. So, no, disappointed from the fact I thought the lads played really well. First 20 minutes we got started, didn't get the goal that we needed to get started, keep it going. And unfortunately, second half we completely ran over the top of them second half. And the goalkeepers had a good game. I suppose that's what goalkeepers are all about.
The bottom line is, though, that you've dropped 2 points. How do you assess the situation now after that?
I'll rephrase that. We've got a point. We're a point closer to winning promotion. With 3 games left now, we've still got to go and win these 3 games. I mean, that's as simple as that, because we've got to keep trying to win. And it's a point closer to getting into the playoffs as well. So we've not got to discount that. I'm convinced, I may stick my neck out, but I'm convinced the second division team will figure very prominently in the playoffs this season, because the second division is so close and so tight. I'm pleased the way the lads played. They gave a tremendous amount of effort out there. The team comes, put a sweeper in, play negative, play defensive. We've got to try to take that, and we did break it down. And the keeper's been outstanding. Just one of these nights. Come next week, we'll do the same game. We'll score 4. It's just one of these days. Just got to get on with the job. As you say, a bit disappointed about it, because you look at it, we're 73 points, but we'll sort it out. We'll win at Crystal Palace on Saturday, get it going.
Well, we're coming to the concluding chapter in this very compelling second division story. What a plot it's had. Blackburn Rovers now in 4th place, just 1 home game left for them, and that's against Reading next Monday, plus those 2 very difficult away games at Crystal Palace and then at Millwall. 2 other games tonight. In the 3rd division, Port Vale 2, Wigan 1. Wigan's 3rd defeat in their last 4 games. They stay 6th, 1 off a playoff place. And in the 4th division, Tranmere 2, Crewe 2, 2 more goals there for one of Tranmere's Wembley stars, Ian Muir. But there were no goals at Ewood Park despite the Blackburn pressure. And I wonder what price they'll pay for Chris Price's frustrations tonight.